Hey guys, good morning, afternoon, or even whatever time you are tuning into the channel today. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. I was going to hop on here real fast and do a short for Friday on my what I'm toting. Today is Halloween, so wanted to stay a little festive with it and keep with the spirit of Halloween. So today, right now, I've got on me the orange and black Ozark Trail. This is one of the OG D2 steel blade knives that they came out with. You know, I refer to it as the budge out because for $10 or less, I mean, you really couldn't beat it. And then of course, I've been carrying this on me most every day, is the Buck 110 Slim Select. Just trying to keep with that orange and black Halloween theme for today. And once I started on the video, I realized that it more than likely isn't going to be a short, that it would be a little bit longer of a video, just because I also wanted to include Fatwood Friday, but I wanted to go a little bit more in depth with Fatwood Friday, not just in the fire making portion of it, but something I keep around my house. I keep in a couple of my bags that I keep in my truck, my wife's vehicle and stuff like that. Is I have a fire kit that I usually keep in the vehicles. Is also something that we take when we go camping, when I go hiking, things like that, just because like I kind of mentioned last time on Fatwood Friday, you never know what kind of situations you might get into, especially if you're out hiking, camping, things like that, and a situation becomes serious really quick. So just wanted to kind of go over what I keep in my fire kits, that I keep in my vehicles and stuff like that. And then we'll actually get into the Fatwood Friday portion of it, and we'll go ahead and start a fire and get it going, which is good because it's pretty chilly here in South Alabama this morning. When I came outside this morning to get ready to take my kids to school, I think it was about 37 or 39, and it's still in the low 40s right now. So putting a little fire in the fire pit is going to be nice this morning, warming it up a little bit. But I did want to have a little bit of a festive, you know, what I'm toting, you know, because it is Halloween. We don't do so much trick-or-treating, but we will be taking my youngest, Hambone, up to trunk or treat tonight and let him pick up a little bit of candy. My daughter's too grown for it now. You know, she's 14, so she's not really big into that, but she likes to walk around and talk to her friends while Hambone trunk or treats. So we'll get carried away a little bit with that tonight. He's dressing up as Optimus Prime, so he's super excited and ready to do that. But we'll get the camera turned around. We'll go ahead and look at the fire kit that I put together that I keep in most all of my vehicles. I also keep one around the house. And then once we're done with that, we'll go over and get a fire started in the fire pit. So I hope you guys enjoy the video today. Stay classy and God bless. All right, guys. So this is my fire kit here. I have one of these I keep in my go bag in my truck. I also have a smaller version of this in my wife's go bag that stays in her Jeep. I also have one that stays in my house. To me, it's just a very important thing to have. If a lot of you guys remember a couple years ago in Texas when they had that huge winter storm came through and people were without power for days and days. I mean, there were some people that ended up dying due to freezing to death. A lot of people's homes were freezing over. Their fish tanks inside their homes were freezing. And a lot of them didn't have a way to stay warm and things like that. And in a survival situation, you know, especially in cold weather, you know, you're not going to last a whole great deal of time without a means to stay warm. Hypothermia and things like that is very real, and it doesn't take long to wear you down and things like that. So just a couple things that we'll go over. First, I want to show y'all this. This is super easy to make, and most people can do it with stuff that they have in their kitchen now. I'm all about homesteading. I'm all about reusing and repurposing, and I like bushcraft and things like that. But these are some little fire starters that you can make. They're super cheap and super efficient. But this is just wax paper, and it's wrapped around a toilet paper, used toilet paper roll. I'll unwrap it and show you. This is a good substitute for, Fatwood and stuff like that. And then inside of it is just dryer lint. I mean, dryer lint is super flammable. I mean, it doesn't take but a little spark to get it blazing real quick. So this is a good little alternative. If you don't have the means of going out and buying Fatwood and things like that, you can always do this with a toilet paper roll, some lint, and then some wax paper. And it kind of burns long enough that you can get some dry tinder and stuff and some kindling on it. If you've got a lighter, you can just kind of light the end, and it almost serves as like a wick. So these are little things that I always throw in my box when we go camping, because sometimes it's easier to just throw one of these down there when we're camping into the little pit area, light it on fire, stack a little bit of tinder and kindling on it, get the fire started, and then add our larger pieces of wood. So just want to show you guys that. Super cool little idea. Just something we do here at home. That way we can kind of reuse things that you normally would throw out. But we'll get into my fire kit. Like I stated, I keep some Fatwood in all of my fire kits, which I actually will probably pick some more up the next time I'm at Walmart or somewhere like that, because I'm getting low. But keep a few sticks of Fatwood lighter. I can always shave these down and feather them, and then of course I'll cut some of them into little small sticks, about the size of toothpicks, which is what these are. This is just toothpicks that have been broken up. These are just small pieces. That way you can add them on fire. Just little chips, shavings here. This is just pretty much almost like sawdust. This is just some tinder and stuff, just to get your fire started. I keep just regular Bic lighters in there. These are fire starters. It's basically like it's about the consistency of soap, but these actually, once you open this up and dump it out, it's pretty flammable and it catches pretty quick. So I keep those in my fire kits. Usually you can pick these up. Sometimes you'll find them at the dollar stores for a couple bucks, or a lot of the sporting goods stores, they'll have them. Again, another little bag of some lint, just because again it's super flammable and it catches really quick. This is just a bunch of little shavings and dried out grass or hay, stuff like that. Stuff that's easily flammable that I can use as a tinder bundle to get a fire started. These are little fire bricks. I know some people, if you have fireplaces, y'all use like the larger fire bricks. This is kind of the same concept. These come in little squares, and you can break them off. It's usually, I think, a square's, I think they're about like this big, 2 or 3 pieces wide, and you can usually just break them off and break them down into little bundles like this. But it's the same concept as the little fire bricks you use in a fireplace to get your wood started. You just kind of light it on fire, and it burns for a decent amount of time and allows you to actually get your fire started. Keep matches. These here are little tinder wicks, if I can get them out. I actually have an Exotech striker, and these come and store inside of it, but they're just little tinder bundles basically of fiber that you can start. I also keep a striker in here, and I keep some waterproof matches in here as well. I just like to have multiple options for fire. That's why I keep lighters, a book of matches, waterproof matches, and then also in every kit I keep tea light candles. Tea light candles are a great source of heat. If you broke down on the side of the road and you're kind of stuck in a blizzard or survival situation, these tea light candles could save your life if you're stuck in a car, or even, if you have to make a makeshift shelter. But the good thing about tea light candles as well, or any of the smaller candles, is with just one of these candles and a terracotta pot, little clay pots for flowers, you can make a little heater in your home that will actually do a decent job at heating smaller rooms. I mean, if you have 2 or 3 of them in a room, I mean, it could heat the whole room, and that could definitely improve your survival ability in situations like that. So just wanted to show you guys just a quick thing about the fire kits that I keep. I'd mentioned it briefly on my video for the last Fatwood Friday, but also I want to give a shout out to the Alabama boys, the Dixie Knife crew. Got my coffee here, but just a cool little idea. I mean, it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. I mean, I used this little container here. These come out of the fishing section or the sporting goods section at Walmart. They're pretty inexpensive, but they have all the little dividers in them, so you can set up a cool little firebox. But other than that, we're going to go ahead, get over here to the fire pit and see if we can get something started. Might do a couple little different ways to start a fire today, but let's get to it. So we've got our fire pit set up, and I'm not going to use the fair rod today. I'm going to go ahead and start my fire. I got a little fat wood going. I'm just going to hit it with a torch, expedite that process a little bit. But I want to show you guys kind of what I was talking about as far as these little homemade fire starters. That wax paper catches pretty quick. I mean, and it burns pretty well. And it acts as a decent little fire starter to get your fire actually going. And I actually kind of just threw that on there a little bit quicker than I wanted to. I didn't really give it a time to catch up per se, but that wax paper really just acts kind of like a decent wick or a fuse, and just burns long enough that you can start getting some of your wood and stuff on there, get it heated up. And I actually kind of threw some of that stuff on there too quick. But then, I try to add, little sticks, which these are kind of damp. So if it doesn't, you can hear it hiss. If it doesn't catch, I picked these up this morning when I was outside, and they still were a little moist from the dew and stuff this morning. But we'll expedite it and get some of it dried out. But it's just always important to have fire. I mean, fire is a necessity in so many ways, not only for warmth, but for cooking and things like that. It just makes your quality of life so much better to have heat and fire. But getting a lot of smoke just because of all the moisture in that wood. So hopefully this dried out enough that we can get it going. I should have picked up some wood last night and put it up here to eliminate some of that, but I have some of this stuff in here that's dry, so it'll get hot enough hopefully and start picking up on its own. But yeah, guys, that's my Fatwood Friday for the day. I'm gonna sit out here a little bit and enjoy the little bit of heat. Probably play with the fire a little bit, get it to finish catching up, and probably put a few other logs on it once it actually catches up, but a little fire. It's putting off some decent heat. I mean, nothing outrageous yet, but as it continues to grow, it's gonna get a little better. And you can always take some of your damp sticks and stuff like that. Always kind of put them closer to the fire. The heat will help to dry them out. Again, most of this is just damp from the dew. So that was poor planning on my part. I didn't really think about the Fatwood Friday till after the fact, but most of this stuff is dried dead limbs. It's just the majority of the exterior of it is just damp, so it's drying out pretty quick. You know, and one thing too that I do whenever I'm starting a fire is you don't want to put a bunch of big limbs and logs and stuff on a fire. Start off small. I start off at like the size of a toothpick as far as my sticks and things go, and then from there I usually go up to about the size of a pencil. And once you get a nice little fire going with kindling and stuff that's about the size of a pencil, then you can probably add some sticks on there that I usually add are about the size of your thumb. And then from that, once it's good and blazing, I'll usually start adding some in there about the size of my wrist. And once everything's good and you've got a nice fire going, then you can actually start adding your large logs and things like that. But you don't want to put huge pieces of wood on there on a small fire trying to, you know, get it started, because a lot of times it just doesn't end in success and it can be discouraging, especially if you're in a situation where fire is crucial. So just remember, start small. Toothpicks to pencils to thumbs to wrists, and usually you can get it going decently and not have to worry about so many issues. As you can tell now, even with the wood being kind of damp, we've got a nice little fire started, and we'll kind of let this burn down, and then we can use the coals. So that's going to be it for our Fatwood Friday today, guys. I appreciate y'all joining me. It's a little Halloween special. So I'm going to kind of chill out here, drink my morning coffee, have a little bit of time with the Lord, and read my Bible a little bit, and then get ready for my day. So I hope you guys enjoyed today. I hope y'all have a blessed weekend. Stay classy, and God bless.